The swimming pool should be located away from large obstacles, trees and vegetation that might make the pool dirty. Never site your swimming pool under an electricity line or near any electrical equipment. You must ensure that the pool is at least 3.5 meters away. You can find more information in the wiring regulations BS 7671, otherwise known as the requirements for electrical installations. The installation dimensions are given in the pool instruction manual. Using appropriate tools, mark out and prepare the area required for setting up your pool. The ground must be perfectly flat. Prepare an area that is larger than the actual area of the pool. The ground should be dug up progressively and should never be banked up, as this would make the pool structure unstable. Slot the 4 half slats A and 4 slats B as shown in the exploded diagram. When erecting the walls, make sure right from the start that the tongues are driven fully home in the grooves on the slats. To ensure that the slats are properly slotted together, use a club hammer and G-clamps to compensate for any warping. Do not hit the slats directly. Use a wooden block. Slot all the remaining slats B together, ensuring that the filter outflow slat C and skimmer cutaway slat D are in the correct position. While working, check regularly that the walls are perfectly level and that all 4 diagonals are equal. The filter outflow slat C must be above 1 slat A and 5 slats B. At this stage, the cutaway slat D should be in the top row on the same side. Now fit the skimmer into the cutaway slat D. Slot the second skimmer cutaway slat E on top of the first skimmer cutaway slat D, and continue round the top of the pool, slotting in 3 slats F and 4 half slats G as shown. Pre-drill the covering profiles H along the centre line with 4 evenly spaced holes and attach them to the end of each wall with 4 3.1 by 75 mm stainless steel nails, sachet L. Drill holes for the screws in the walls and attach the coping mounting brackets L using 2 5 by 100 mm screws from sachet I from the inside of the swimming pool, ensuring that the tops of the brackets are 3 mm below the top of the structure. There are 3 brackets on each side, except for the skimmer side and long sides. When attaching the brackets, follow the positions shown on the illustrations in the instruction manual. Attach a coping mounting plate from the fixings kit onto each bracket. Ensure that each mounting plate is flush with the top of the walls. The edge with rounded corners should be aligned with the vertical face of the bracket.
Posicione y fije en cada ángulo de la piscina las piezas de unión de ángulos con los 2 tornillos de la bolsa D o E, tornillos de 4 por 35 milímetros de acero inoxidable, en las ranuras previstas para ello. Durante la colocación se fijará el raíl con un tornillo de 2 centímetros por cada extremo de sección de raíl y después se completará con un tornillo cada 20 centímetros. Para los lados pequeños del vaso, fije el complemento que hay que cortar. Antes de efectuar el corte, compruebe que la longitud total del rail es igual a la distancia entre las dos piezas de ángulo menos los 2 milímetros de espesor de la pieza de unión. Ejerza una flexión en el rail de enganche para encajarlo en la pieza de unión. Para los lados grandes del vaso, fije el complemento que hay que cortar. Antes de efectuar el corte, compruebe que la longitud total del rail es igual a la distancia entre las dos piezas de ángulo menos los 2 milímetros de espesor de las piezas de unión. Para la última sección de 118 centímetros, proceda de la misma forma que anteriormente con los lados pequeños.
Bend the grip so that it slots into the connecting piece. The ground must be clean and free of sharp points or foreign bodies before laying the ground felt, as these will inevitably be visible through the liner when it is pressed down by the water pressure. When the ground has been cleaned, spread a 1 centimetre layer of sand mixed with cement over the bottom of the pool. The mixture should be 1 part cement to 7 parts sand. Before fitting the liner, fit one of the 2 self-adhesive rectangular seals around the skimmer opening. Ensure that the holes in the seal align with the skimmer mounting holes. Further information can be found in the filter unit instruction sheet. Fit the first round seal to the inside of the wooden structure around the filter outflow hole. The filter outlet will be fitted when the liner is in place. If you wish to install underwater lighting, you must drill a hole for the cable and fit the seal to the wall before fitting the liner. It is essential that you follow the instructions in the underwater lighting manual. Put the liner in the middle of the pool and unfold it. As it is unfolded, the liner forms an oblong octagon. Align the liner with the corners of the pool. Standing barefooted inside the pool, engage the liner lip in the liner grip and continue round the pool. While hanging the liner, support the liner in the corners and at regular intervals along the sides, using half wooden clothes pegs as wedges between the liner and the grip. Do not remove the clothes pegs until the pool has been completely filled. When the liner has been hung and finally positioned, fill the pool with no more than 2 centimetres of water and push the wrinkles from the centre towards the wall. From the outside of the pool, push the filter outflow nozzle through the wooden wall against the liner, so that the liner is under tension and can be cut easily. Using a cutter, cut an opening carefully in the liner, using the inside of the nozzle as a guide. This operation is critical and must be carried out by 2 people, slowly and with great care. Fit the second round seal to the filter outflow nozzle with the self-adhesive side against the flange. Push the nozzle through the hole cut in the liner from the inside of the pool. Screw the threaded collar over the filter outlet nozzle on the outside of the pool. Tighten using both hands. Do not tighten using a tool. Screw the swivel head onto the filter outflow nozzle inside the pool. Tighten gently. The head should point to the left to provide a current for effective filtration. First read the assembly instructions in the filter unit manual. Fit the drain to the filter tank and put the manifold, P, into the tank and cover the top opening with adhesive tape. Fit the 8 strainers, Q, but do not over-tighten. Align the manifold using a small amount of sand at the bottom. Fill with sand carefully to avoid damaging the strainers. After cleaning all the sand from the top of the filter and pipe, do not forget to remove the adhesive tape. Ensure that there is an O-ring in the lower valve union. Fit the valve seal N and the six-way valve H. Align the valve with the drain hole. Fit the two flanges F. The spacing between the flanges must be equal all the way round. The flanges must not touch and ideally should be about 1 centimetre apart. If the filter intake unions do not have seals, wrap thread seal tape round the threads before screwing the filter intake unit onto the skimmer. Follow the instructions in the filter manual for fitting the semi-rigid downpipes. These instructions are still important for fitting the special filtration kit remote housing. Wrap thread seal tape round the threads on the filter outflow unit used to connect to the six-way valve, and then screw the outflow unit to the six-way valve. Next, connect the pipe in the semi-rigid unit E from the pump to the six-way valve. Wrap thread seal tape round the union with the six-way valve before connecting the pipe. If the outflow unions do not have seals, wrap thread seal tape round the threads before screwing the filter outflow unit to the filter outflow nozzle. Continue to fill the pool up to 5 centimetres below the skimmer opening. Stick the second skimmer seal to the inside of the skimmer flange. Feel through the liner with your finger for the 4 corners of the skimmer opening and mark them. Put the flange against the liner and check that the marks are aligned with the holes in the corners of the flange. Make holes through the liner at the 4 points marked, using a small screwdriver or scriber. Attach the flange with the seal against the liner. When the flange has been attached at the 4 corners, tighten all the screws. Do not over-tighten, as this may distort the flange. Use a cutter to cut the liner along the inside edge of the flange. Keep the liner offcuts for repairs. Fit the skimmer flange cover. Fit the skimmer flap with the smooth side facing the pool by engaging the studs in the corresponding holes. The flap should swing freely.